presenter. His name is Hussain Kende, who is a 200 level economics student and dedicated community leader who bridges academic theory with practical financial management with a strong foundation in economics and a growing expertise in data analytics. He specializes in statistical analysis and data-driven financial strategy. Currently, he's pursuing his ATS2 certification, and Yakubu is committed to continuous learning and professional development. His experience spans financial management, leadership, and community engagement, reflecting a passion for ethical governance and sustainable impact. As a financial secretary, participants in the Fourth Institute and Leap Africa programs, and a Cowrie-wise ambassador, he has demonstrated a consistent commitment to leadership, financial literacy, and youth empowerment. His work is guided by a deep dedication to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 3, which is good health and well-being, where he seeks to contribute to healthier, more resilient communities. Driven by innovation, integrity, and service, Yakubu is actively exploring opportunities to leverage data, finance, and leadership to create meaningful impact and develop scalable solutions to contemporary social and economic challenges. So please, let's welcome our presenter, Yakubu Hussain Kende. Hussain, are you there? Please start, and you have 20 minutes for the presentation, please.
Mommy?
Sit down.
Hello. Good morning. Hello, ma, can you hear me? Hello,
yes, ma. I can hear you. Yes, please start. You have 20 minutes.
All right, ma. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jacob, student of Lagos State University of Science and Technology, currently studying economics in 200 level. So yes, I am here for a presentation on the topic called Islamic
Sorry, you say
finance.
we can't see your screen. Share your screen.
All right, ma. I'm not able to share. Okay. So yes, on that note, so I'll continue my presentation. So I'm sure all of us must have read that word, Islamic finance, Islamic finance, Islamic finance. So we may think it is for Muslims alone. No, it is not for Muslims alone, but rather it is for everybody. It is a new solution. It is the new global economics. It is the new global banking industry. And yes, Islamic finance started. How did it start? It started as far back as 1,400 years ago. That's a very, very long time. And yes, when it started as, sorry please, I'm still not able to share my screen, ma. Okay, how about now? Sorry, ma, can you see my screen now?
Yes, you are sharing with your phone.
Yes.
I can share and give you control.
Ma?
I can share from here and I will give you control.
Let me to share so I can just navigate from there.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Did you say I should share for you?
I cancel the share so that I can just be able to control it from my end. Ma, can I start? Hello, ma, can I start? Okay, I can see it now.
Yes, please.
Confirm you can control it.
I can't. I can't, ma.
Go ahead with your presentation. Go ahead with your presentation.
All right, ma. So yes, so sorry for the delay in transit. So yes, I started with how did the origin of Islamic finance, how did it happen? Now, Islamic finance is based on two major principles. So what are the principles? The principle of non-interest and the principle of profit and loss sharing requirement for an asset-backed transaction. And yes, when we talk about non-interest, we all know what non-interest means. That is a situation whereby you can transact, you can do business transaction without having having an interest on your what on your transactions. Now look at it for an instance. I, as a student, all of us, I'm sure we all are students for an institution, either a secondary or a postgraduate or a graduate or whatever. So we are all students. So yes, imagine you going to a bank, you want to borrow a loan of 100,000 naira. We all know the profit and the interest of bank. That is 20% of the loan, which is 25,000 naira. Imagine you now borrowing 100,000 naira, having an interest of 20,000 naira, 20%. That is 120,000 naira to repay after 4 years. Or let's say 100,000 is not realistic to cover all your expenses. Let's use 1 million naira. So you borrow a loan of 1 million naira, a 20% interest, and that is a 20% increase is what? That's 1,200,000. Now you are paying 1,200,000 after you must have graduated. So how did they expect you to see the money? Nothing. Like even after you must have not started working. You all know the situation in Nigeria. Even after finishing school, 2 years, a year, you might have not seen job, a good one. You might have seen just few jobs just to survive. And that is not the economic or the solution that we actually desire for. So we are Islamic finance is going to solve that situation, a macroeconomic situation, which is what? Inequality. Inequality is a major problem in each economy. But Islamic finance is here to solve that situation by what? By promoting the profit and loss sharing, because you investing your money in an asset-backed transaction. So for centuries, a lot of people have transacted using what is called Baitul Mal. It's known as what? Public treasury. So that is where Islamic finance started. So yes, there is a father of Islamic finance. So they usually call him father of modern Islamic banking. So his name is Dr. Ahmad El Naga. Is an Egyptian economist. So I won't say much about him. So quickly, I'll move to why Islamic finance. So, man, please, man, can you scroll to the next thing? Yes. So now, what is the problem that Islamic finance is solving? It's solving a multiplication of wealth, from a broke and a desperate student, lack of enough resources to support Muslim students. But let's say general students. Ma'am, the next slide, please. Yes. So what are the causes of all of this? So one thing that is causing you to go on loans or nail funds. So some people might ask me at some point that, you said that there are some loans that are not, there are loans that are not interested, e.g. nail fund. Now look at nail fund. Nail fund is a non-interest loan, yes. But now you are going to pay back that money that you are collecting. But now you are paying the money after you must have graduated, yes or yes, after you must have secured job to be able to pay the money. So now what is nail fund going to do for you as a student for you to be able to pay that money? Are they going to provide you a job? No. Are they going to give you a back down, tell you, give you a mentorship on how you can navigate your career? No. They have a lot of students collecting nail fund and using it for unnecessary things. I have quite a few number of friends or colleagues that are collecting nail fund. They are using it to change phones, to buy material things. So these are things that Islamic finance is here to curb it. And yes, another thing is peer pressure and social life, rising cost of living. We are in a place where the cost of living is actually on a very, very high, especially for students. And now, easy access to gambling platform. These are things that we know that this gambling, or you are just doing it just for the meantime to get money to do things. But immediately you do it and you make money from it, you'll be what? You'll be addicted to it. And it will be very, very hard for you to what? Sorry, it will be very, very hard for you to now disassociate from that particular activity. Another thing is unclear career planning. So nowadays, I've met quite a number of people that I'll ask, Sophia, what do you want to do with your life? What is your future ambition? Let's assume she's an economic student, and she'll be telling me she does not know what she wants to do with her life. Imagine, like, she's just here because her mommy said that she should be here, and daddy said that she should be here. No clear career path. So how can these are one of the things, and the last part of it is lack of mentors and role models. So yes, please can you scroll to the next slide, please? So yeah, what is the effect of all of this? Financial loss. Imagine students spending a lot of money on materialistic things. So what will happen at the end of the end? After the money, after you have spent money, there will be no money for you. That's financial loss. Academic failures. You see that your friends are using big phones. You don't know where they come from. You are from an humble background. You are getting access to all of these little services. Instead of you to use it to invest in your personal self, in your growth, how you can become a better person in your future, in the future. Instead, you just desire to what? To live like your friends. And as a result, you are trying to imitate someone that you did not come from the same background. So while doing that, you lose your focus, you lose focus in your academics. So as a result, it can what? It can lead to academic failure. I have a student that started 100 level. The guy came from an humble background. He started on the 100 level with a CGP with a GP of 4.83. Imagine that very good GP. Because he now mix with friends, now started telling me this, started telling me that. That particular year, second semester, he had 3.89. Imagine someone that is having a 4.83 GP as a first semester, now having 3.89 GP as a second semester with two carryovers. So this is what these are things that you can get as a result of imitating the life of what your friends are actually doing. The mental stress. Now imagine you, all your hope is that Chelsea must win because you are a gambler. All your hope is Chelsea must win this game because you placed your school money on it. Now imagine the kind of stress. Imagine like the last Champions League final. Some people might say, "Oh, PSG must win." Some people say, "Okay, no, I'm not. I'm for Arsenal." Now imagine Arsenal scoring one, and you bet all your money on PSG. What's going to happen to you at that point? You are going to be mentally stressed, emotionally unstable. So these are things that will be caused by all these loans and stuffs, or underutilization of talent, limited career opportunities, vulnerable to wrong opportunities. So please let's quickly move on to the next slide. Thank you. Please, next slide. Next slide, man. So yes, so what are the solutions that Islamic finance has come to bring for you? The first one is musharaka. And yes, musharaka means investment. Before I actually explain what this means in full detail, I'll start from this. As an economist, as a student, one thing that my mentor told me was that I should ensure that I save a portion or a fraction of my monthly allowance at every month. Like now, let's assume I collect 10,000 naira every week. So I have to save 20%, and that is just 2,000 naira. Look at how small it is. Now, let's assume the 2,000 naira might actually not be enough. Let's assume you are saving as low as 10%, 1,000 naira every week. Now, imagine saving 1,000 naira every week. In a month, that's 4,000 naira. In a year, that's 4 times 12, that's 48,000 naira. So imagine saving 48,000 naira from just that your little savings. So it is when you have savings that you can invest. You cannot invest what you do not have. Imagine you that you have a money, you gamble, you get some money, you buy materialistic things. What you have zero savings. Even that thing that you are doing is going to be telling you that do more, do more. You have money to save. It is like it will be tempting you. So that is just it. So Musharaka here is telling you that you are moving away from interest based loans to human equity. That's partnership. So now, instead of you to now focus on, I want to go and invest my money in a particular place. No, no, no. Musharaka will tell you that come to a situation whereby you partner with other people. Sorry, whereby you partner with other people. What are these people going to do for you? They are going to ensure that you are guided Islamically. Like now, there are some mentorship data for what? Data for students. Imagine you having a lot of questions. I started 100 level as someone that has no idea about, no clear career path. I started 100 level as someone that I just chose my discipline because I have passion for that subject alone, not knowing what it entails, nothing, just passion for the subject. And now I'm here. I know what I want to do. I know why I should do it. I know when and how should I do it. And this is not because I was alone or I stood to myself. It was because I moved with people that are experienced. I partner with, I met people, I engage in a partnership that actually tell me this is what you are expected to do. These are things that your department require from you, and these are things that you should do to ensure that you excel. You are an economist or whatever discipline that you are actually pursuing. Let's assume you are pursuing a discipline in medicine and surgery. Imagine you have over 50 universities in Nigeria alone. Not talk about the world. We have over 50 universities in Nigeria alone, and you are a student of, or you are a student of one particular, you are a student of medicine and surgery, you are studying medicine and surgery. What are you doing differently that will distinguish you from other medicine and surgery students? That is the you. If you look at this thing, please let's note this. The you in you is what is making you unique. So you have to do something that is different, something that every other medical student are not doing. Or if you are doing, you have to do your thing that is going to make you excel. That a thing that you know that if they say that who is always saying this, it is this guy. Who is always doing this? This is the way he speaks. This is the way he talks. This is what he does. He has academics. Academically, he's there. Spiritually, he's there. In terms of moral, he is unparalleled. So these are things that you must use to distinguish yourself from every other person. And yes, these funds, because Islamic is not about giving you funds. After giving you funds, they will now invest in your capital. Like now, as an economic student, one thing that I can use to make myself unique from other economic students around the world is by doing ICANN. Yes or yes? Yes. So I am currently pursuing my degree in ICANN, whatever. So yes, imagine me pursuing my degree in ICANN and every other student, and every colleague of mine graduating as an economist, me graduating as an economist and a chartered accountant. And now we are in a situation whereby graduating as an economist and being a chartered accountant is not enough for you to thrive in this labor market. So you have to equip yourself with the necessary digital tools. So I undertook digital marketing, I did digital marketing back while I was while I was a school leaver. Now I'm doing data analytics. So imagine me doing data analytics, being an economist as a graduation and also a chartered accountant. That alone is enough to distinguish me from an ordinary economist or economics graduate. So that is what we are building. And apart from you becoming this, becoming that, you have to have served, you have to have volunteered, you have to have done things that people are not doing. Imagine people just going to school. What are you doing apart from school? You are doing nothing. So it is not actually a very, very good thing. It is involve yourself in building, in bridging social gap, in providing solutions to other people that are vulnerable. Imagine you are in a situation whereby your community they are lacking a certain thing. Identify that problem, partake in solving that problem. If you cannot solve, bring out an idea that can solve that problem. Make sure you are volunteering in necessary places. Not that you are a medical student, you are now volunteering in finance. Like it does not actually correlate. And now look at yourself. You are studying economics or financial related courses. You are now volunteering in medicine line. It does not correlate with your career path. Now imagine they want to employ you. They are now asking you what are the things that you have done. You now tell them that you have successfully volunteered in medical activities or medical awareness. So it's a good thing, but it is volunteering in things that actually aligns with your career. So how are you repaying our money? Because you are investing in you. So the payment is there will be an agreement by you and the people that are actually investing in you. That you have to have a minimum income threshold. Now in Nigeria, I think the minimum wage now is maybe it's 30,000 or 45. I'm not really sure. I think the last time I was aware was that it was 30,000 and they were actually agitating to ensure that the minimum wage is above that. So that is that. So you have to have a minimum threshold of income. Let's say before you can start repaying our loan, you have to be earning at least 300,000. So that will put you in a situation whereby you can actually be able and be willing to repay that money. Not that a bank will not be pressuring you after you must have graduated that you have to pay our money whether you are earning or not. It does not concern bank. Bank is always about what? About profit. It is a what? It is a private enterprise, and their major aim is what? Is for what? Is for profit making. And please, next slide. So I will not dwell so much on this. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So yes, why is it Sharia compliant? So yes, a lot of people will say Sharia, Sharia, Sharia. I think we have heard about this latest news about the adopted victims. They are talking about issuing a Sharia's compliance, issuing a Sharia law in your state of blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm sure we are all aware that that news is fake. So Sharia here about Islamic finance is telling us that there will be no interest in your money. The risk will be shared, not that the risk will be borne by what? By the borrower alone. And then it is based on what? Productivity. Not that whether you are doing well or whether the what you use the money for, whether it fails, whether you are no, whatever the result, it must what? It is productivity based. And now the implementation strategy is what? Is WACF and Cordial Hassan. So I will explain WACF very, very, very quick. WACF is like endowment. So for some of us that might be aware of what endowment means or whatever. So I'll just be very, very brief about it. So endowment is a situation whereby, okay, 70K, thank you, Mr. Victor. So yes, endowment is a situation whereby you will be entitled, like as a student now, you'll be entitled to be collecting you will be catered for all your tuition, accommodation, your mentorship, how you are going to do in life, you will be entitled to it as a result of what? Of an agreement. So after your graduation, you have to have a certain minimum threshold of income before you can now start paying that money. So you paying that money, the work has contributed to your own personal growth. You are now pay back to that particular endowment to contribute to other people's growth. Now imagine you growing, this guy growing, other guy growing. One person is growing can actually make 3 or 4 individuals to grow. So if the growth of one person can actually contribute to the growth of 3 or 4 individuals, that will actually go away. It will go a long way in ensuring our sustainability of income. It will ensure everybody have access to equal opportunities. Now, you have people from poor background, they cannot afford the tuition fee of even state universities or universities that are relatively low. Like let's say universities that are paying less than 100K as their tuition. So people from poor background or humble background might not be able to afford it, even despite how low it is. And what is the reason? Is because there is no way that there is no a policy or there are no solutions that can ensure that these things they continue to thrive how no matter how hard it becomes. So please, next slide, please. Don't let me dwell too much on this. Next slide, please. So yes, solution 2 is halal stock. So this is a situation whereby an Islamic digital finance app will be created, and this will encourage students that are from humble background, and let's say you have 1,500, 300, whatever amount, no matter how small, will help you to ensure, or will help you to ensure that your money is being invested in real assets, like in real assets, such as where we have companies that are halal based and they are ensuring that whatever outcome it sorry company that are halal based, like the power of food, whereby you have a lot of people coming out to put their resources together to ensure that an individual succeed, or an individual is not in any situation. So yes, collective actions. This alone cannot be done by one person or an individual. It is done by what? By our what? By how will I put it? By we coming together to what? To impact or to ensure that this come to life? So please, the final slide. Next slide, please. So yes, the benefits. When you invest in halal stock, you'll be getting returns. I say returns. So like now, as a student, imagine you investing 5,000 naira on a monthly basis, and you are getting, let's assume your money is for 3 months or 2 years or a year, and you are getting some benefits, not the money itself, you are getting benefits. Let's assume you are getting benefit of 2,000 naira every week. Now, we know what that do for an ordinary student. So, yes, the barriers, if you actually breach the barrier, that the barrier will be very, very low. Then financial literacy, everybody can be aware about, yes, this is how I can actually structure my finances instead of putting it in ways that would not uplift me for my future. Please, next slide, please. Next slide, please. So yes, in conclusion, by creating this, we are not just building a business, we are fixing a systemic failure. We are making this app halal path the easiest path, and we take this money to people, to Umma youth, or to every individual, and turn them to a collective force for what? For ethical growth. So now let's stop sidelining students from financial system and start pulling our baraka. So yes, Baka means goodness. So thank you so much for joining this session. So I'm really sorry that I won't be really going deep into a lot of details. So now I'll be talking about some interesting facts about Islamic finance. So now Islamic finance is currently valued at 4.4 trillion. So Nigeria actually is one of the people that are okay. Nigeria actually is one of the nations that are looking at investing because they are partnering with Saudi Arabia, which is Saudi Arabia that has 7.7 trillion of halal stock. So if Nigeria could partner with this, it could actually bridge the gap and ensure economic growth and economic development for Nigeria at large. Thank you for listening. I am Hussain Yaqub.
Thank you very, very much for the knowledge shared. We really appreciate it. Please, are there any questions? Is there anyone who has questions so that our speaker can quickly take them? If you have any question, please raise your hand. Questions? Okay, so seeing nobody has question, me,
No, we are raising our hands.
Okay, I'm not seeing
Damilola has
hands.
her hand
Okay, I've
raised up.
seen one now.
Arafat has her hand raised up.
Okay, I've seen one. Okay, please go ahead and ask your question.
Damilola.
Damilola Ajulo. Yes, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you so much for this session, Hussein. So I was skeptical about attending this session because it was talking about Islamic finance, and I was not Muslim. I'm not Muslim, so attending it really opened my eyes to many parts of finance I did not really know. And I have a question on, because when he started, I think he said um something about nail fund, and I don't really know much about nail fund, although I know some people, some of my classmates, some of my friends that applied for it. And he said something about it being, it does not have interest, although it does not secure an opportunity for you in the future, and I think it has a minimum of some years after graduation before you start paying. So I wanted to know if applying for the fund is a
We can't hear you again. Are you there? You want to ask if what?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
Oh, please, where did you stop
We lost
hearing you.
you
So
when you were saying you want to ask if.
okay, I want to ask. I don't know. Do you hear the part of Nel Fund I said at first?
Yes, we had the part of New Fund.
Okay, so I want to ask if there are risks to it, and most especially since it's not giving opportunities to the applicants, and if I think if there is a danger, I don't know how to put this, but if there is a risk to applying for it, so maybe I can tell my friends that are like, if there's some, I don't know how to put this right now, Sha, but I don't know if you understand the question I'm trying to ask.
Okay,
Yeah, I
like
understand you.
you mean like if there's a what's it called, backfit to collecting the funds.
Yes, ma.
Okay. Please, is that all your question?
Yes, that's all my question.
Okay, Hassan, please, would you like to take that, or all questions should be asked, then you answer everything at once?
Sorry, ma, my name is Hussain, ma, not Hassan. Thank you.
Okay,
Let's,
so saying.
yes, I would like to take all questions.
Okay, so our next questionnaire, Okikidayo Arafat, please go ahead and ask your question. Damilola, please, can you lower your hands?
Yeah, so the question I want to ask, thank you very much for this season, these sections and the opportunity. But I really want to ask, is this only applied to students alone?
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you very much. Any more questions, please? I guess not. So, Hussein, please go ahead and answer the questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma. So, first, I appreciate you for asking the question. Um, to the first question, as Damilola. So she asked if no phone has um, any backlash or whatever. So yes, to my own understanding, the only thing is the government said there are no barriers for you when you apply for new fund. Just that you have to start paying at some point. I think maybe 5 years. I can't remember the number of the duration of the years. But one thing I can actually advise is that someone that is not very, very ambitious should actually not go for new fund, because you can you can go for new fund and still be able to pay back after the number of years. Why? Because you just go there to just collect money and enjoy yourself. That's just it. And the enjoyment to actually is a temporary one. So it will end in school. So if it's someone that is going to use the money for other things like doing professional certificates, going on doing big stuffs, and through this you can actually get a very, 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 very good opportunity even after school or while in school. So I really do not know much about the backlash, but according to the government, the federal government, so there are no barriers. If you want to travel abroad after collecting enough fund, no barriers. Just that they will be in contact with you and you'll be able to tell them, let them know the situation, and you'll be able to pay back. I think there should be negotiation too. Thank you. Or if anybody have anything to add to that, so you can actually signify, I would really, really, really appreciate. And yes, to the question by Arafat. So she said, does the solution is it only applicable to students or what about others? So ma, please, I want to ask you a question. The others that you're referring to here, are they artisans or graduates or who?
Yeah, maybe
Is
business women,
okay,
um, something like that,
okay,
I
I understand.
guess.
I understand. So yes, there is, let me use a real life case scenario. So I was once I'm currently an apprentice of my boss. So actually, and I learned a vocational skill, that's tailoring machine. So my boss is someone that actually needs we all know the big monogram machine, the monogram, that's the electronic embroidery machine. So eventually we actually wanted to buy that machine, and the machine is actually costs around 6.5 million or above. I think 7.5 for it. It depends on the size and the weight of services that it can render. So now is now start to like, how is it going to go about this? what is he going to do, what blah blah blah. So yes, you are in a situation whereby you cannot just go to bank. Imagine going to bank and the bank will tell you that before you can collect, sorry. So imagine going to bank and the bank will be collecting about 20% interest on that money that you are not even sure that, like, you know that this is a very good business, but you're not even sure like how you be able to pay back. So we now got to a conclusion by going through Islamic finance, and he was, I'm not sure the progress of the, I'm not sure about the progress of the application, but I'm sure he's about to get it. But I think we are in June. I think we should be getting the machine by July. So I told him that I should meet some set of people. So they told him that he's going to repay the amount at some point, like instrumentally. So because we are in a situation where I cannot just give someone some money because they want to do this. So you should know that this thing is like, is it beneficent? So yes, now the risk sharing, this is where Islamic finance is coming in. The risk sharing, if the thing is not yielding as it's supposed to be according to the agreement. So there are some agreement, there are some conditions that you have, like, if it's not yielding or if there's any failure, if there's anything, the risk will be shared, or it will not be only borne by the borrower, it will be shared by both the creditor and the debtor. So this is where Islamic finance is coming in. And for your businesses, they will actually offer business, they will give you financial advices on how you can go about things, because you cannot just go to an Islamic finance company and tell them that you want to borrow this, or a takaful company, or a whatever company that you want to. It depends on which aspect that you focus. For the business, I think it's about financing and whatever. So they'll give you professional advice on how you can go about it. And after that, and they'll tell you do this, and then you'll be upped, or you'll be, that particular problem report will be solved. I hope I have answered your question.
Well, she's not here to verify that, but I believe you've done a very good job at that. Thank you very much. So,
Say something just now on the chat box.
you said?
Okay,
Okay.
I want to say one or two things.
Okay, please go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, so thank you very much, Hussein, for this presentation. I learned something new. And so I just want to give one or two little feedback. Yes, I understand the fact that you're talking about Islamic finance. And remember, your audience are open. They are not, you are not speaking to a particular Islamic sect, congregation, for example. Let's just put it that way. So maybe you add some words that were written in Arabic. I understand the fact that you explained them. But for somebody else that would take a screenshot of that, your slide, because your slide is supposed to at least pass the message directly to whoever sees it. You can put in bracket. I understand those terms are attributed to what you're talking about, but obviously they have like an English definition or something or meaning or English word that stands for it, like a synonym. You can put that word in brackets so that whoever sees that slide anywhere without listening to what you said can actually understand what you said directly. That's one. Two, yeah, I liked the way you easily explained it for. And look at Damilola now. Look at the feedback she gave. She said he's not a Muslim, and she was even hesitant at joining because she was like, it's maybe out of my scope. But I like the way you broke it down that someone who does not even know anything about it can obviously understand your presentation. So that was actually very good. Your time management, yeah, quite okay. And your slides, yes, they were not too much details, well balanced. The color was okay. So I think overall you did well. And I want to say well done. And I hope your future presentations, wherever it's going to take place, will be way better than this. So I don't know if Mr. Habib on the call Badiru can give one or two feedback. He's a mentor of the foundation. Let's see if he has one or two things, if he can come in to say one or two things about your presentation. Mr. Abib, are you available to talk?
Hello, everyone. I'm here. Okay, I would first of all appreciate the presenter, Hussain. So you've made a very good presentation, and honestly, everyone learned one or two things from it, including myself. So, and as the founders rightfully said, you just need to work on one or two things. So maybe the pace, and also maybe to the first thing in making a presentation is to understand your audience. So you need to like understand who you're communicating with, who you're actually giving your presentation to. Then like you have to just understand them and adjust accordingly. But overall, I would say you done well, but from the angle of general presentation, the presentation is okay. Even the time management, I think it's well, you're trying to manage your time while at some point you're still trying to like you're trying to like just like go with the fact that you have like a limited time. But overall, I think it's okay, but there's still like areas of improvement where you need to just improve. But one very important thing is that we always have to like keep our audience in mind, and I think you've done a lot in order to, because it's Islamic finance, and I understand that is a very sensitive topic because most people be like, wow, maybe it's only for Muslims. I'm actually trying to check like the list of participants, and I to check if we really have like, if it's not just a Muslim audience that we have. But I think we have people who are not even Muslims, and they could understand that it's not just about Muslim. Like the name is there, but at least it touches everyone. Everyone has like the take home from whatever you've presented, and you have actually put it that way. So just like work on few feedbacks like that you've already gotten, and I think everything should be fine, but there's always room for improvement. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that feedback and for doing that last minute. So, Hussein, I hope you picked the feedback, and I hope, like I said, your future presentations might not be on this platform, but wherever you find yourself, just make sure you take these points and use them to your own benefit. And I hope the other mentees on this platform are picking one or two things from what is being said here. Yes, there's time limitation. If there's time limitation, then you might have to adjust your slides to help you fit in, because that's the trick people don't understand. You have a 30 minutes presentation and you have a slide with 20 pages. You want to finish that slide and you still want to make sure that everything is being said. And that's the thing about talking, knowledge sharing. You want to continue talking. You want to better explain yourself and all. So thank you very much again, Hussein. And I just want to say well done, especially for doing this alone. It was supposed to be a teamwork. And despite the fact that you did not have a partner to work with, you still went ahead and decided to do it. That's a good one from you. So thank you everybody for joining, and thank you. Over to you, Bakia.
Thank you very much. So we have come to the end of today's webinar series, and I'm so glad that I want to believe that everybody was able to pick one or two as our what's it called, our mentor Obadra said. So thank you everybody. We're looking forward to the next webinar by one of our mentees too, inshallah. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Missy B. Do have a lovely day, I guess.
Bye.
Bye.